Warning. This video was made from room temperature IQ. If your brain cell count is higher than 2 digits, run while you still can. Alternatively, send this to someone who, in your opinion, could use all the help they can get. Sup, you absolute morons, my name's Windette and welcome back to Idiot Central. I've used this series to cover damn near every part of Hollow Nest and get you to the end in one piece, and for this game, well, my best bet is to get you there in a bucket. This is Silksong. Welcome back to Explaining Insults. This series is meant for one kind of person. The idiot who still hasn't learned to use spells in combat despite everyone and their dog reiterating that it's a good fucking idea. Here's the list of stuff we've got to get done in no particular order, and if you couldn't tell already, this video is fucking huge! And I know what kind of stupid I'm working with here, and there's no amount of tips and tricks videos that can cure that kind of ineptitude. We're going to have to do this the long way.
Please subscribe!
First of all, context. Hi. I'm Windette, and welcome back to my channel, where I say only the nicest things to only the most competent of individuals. Considering that not a single one of you fit that description, nor do any of your friends, please show them this video. You lot need all the help you can get, and I'm sure as shit not about to start repeating myself.
Part 1!
Alright, let's get started. Silksong is about 3 times the size of Hollow Knight, without any DLC added yet, so we're gonna have to start small and go from there. You begin with a sick-ass cutscene. This frame and this frame both have one thing in common, and that's a bombshell's worth of lore that wants dissecting. From this point, shit hits the fan. Everything goes tits up, and now we're face first in a pile of moss trying to get high off the spores. Suddenly, your needle comes crashing into the party, breaking the door down on its way in. Hi. We're clearly still affected by whatever we just lubricated our lungs with, and the first prompt we're given is just straight up bondage. Alright, sounds like we're starting off strong. There's a clear path off to our immediate left, so the first thing we're going to do is apparently the direct opposite of whatever I just said.
Why would anyone listen to me?
To the right is a secret room with a handful of shards in it. These will be useful
later.
And if you know Team Cherry, wherever there's one secret, there's 2. Sleeping up here is where we get introduced to our first major lesson in Silksong. Don't wake up the giant armored bowling ball shaped creature just because you can. You're going to die a lot. First up, walk left and enter the Moss Grotto. Here we find the greatest enemy to ever exist. It's basically the Radiant's Panic. Now kill it and move on. We don't have all day. Here we have some basic platforming, more secrets because of course there are, some shards, vines to cut, and these floaty enemies that are about as smart as you. They take 3 hits to kill. Heading up over some more platforms is, please don't eat that. Say hi to the nibbly boys.
Hi, goobers.
And off to the right, Hornet starts suffering from literally the most relatable thing any woman on Earth gets to deal with and starts cramping for literally no fucking reason. Love that. Up ahead, we get a very brief lesson in using your fucking eyeballs. This will be useful later. Small note, holding jump during a ledge grab makes Hornet flip as high as a full jump.
The more you know.
To the right lies, spikes. Avoid those. And no, you don't know how to pogo yet. This shit's at 45 degrees. Give up. I'd also advise you not engage the roly-polies while standing on the same platform they occupy. Or die trying, sure. Why am I surprised?
Why am I even here? Good morning.
Retrace your steps.
Hi, goobers.
Avoid these fuckers unless you'd like a reminder of your immense ineptitude, and head up. There's a giant metal door here that makes my brain liquefy when I hit it.
I can feel my brain juice squeezing out my nose.
Further up is another enemy that shares your IQ, and it's only after killing it that you realize he was your only way to collect the mossberry hiding in the ceiling. Nice work, genius. Moving on. Left more, and Hornet begins to throw up from your lack of brain activity. The door didn't help, but thankfully there's a bench. Hooray! You did it! You survived the Moss Grotto!
You're a wizard!
I'm kidding. The bench is only here because there's a boss fight in the next room. You're going to die at least once. It's you versus the furry that lives next door. The chances of literal moss killing you is low, but never zero, and I'd say your odds of survival here are about as likely as you getting laid tonight. Floor level. Unfortunately, your crippling skill issue takes center stage here, and while the boss isn't exactly difficult, you certainly make it look complicated. Now, to be clear, while death is inevitable, you've got something they don't. You're high as a kite right now. So back into the fray you go, dodging and weaving, and okay, I'ma keep it a buck here. You're so cooked that you actually thought this was a boss fight. She has 2 moves. Bonk and left. Just fucking kill her. Great, she's dead. Damn, look at that ass. All right, moving on. To the left is a door you can't open yet. This definitely has no significance whatsoever. Trust. And when we head up, the narcotics start wearing off. Hornet hits the deck in the same amount of time it took your dad to leave for cigarettes and wakes up to the feeling of an old lady applying percussive maintenance to the back of her skull. Welcome to Silksong.
Part 2!
Wake up! It's gaming time! Here we have Granny, a talking Hornet, a main quest line, and hang on a minute, Hornet talks!
But Windy, Hornet already spoke to us in the first game.
Ow. Shut up, no one cares, this is revolutionary! The previous game had everyone talking at you. You had no personality, no agenda, no reason to be anywhere or doing anything! This game has a main character! Hornet has a personality! This is insane! Shut up, Grandma, no one cares. Welcome to Dirtmouth. Wait, fuck, wrong game. Sitting in the ass crack of Farloom, the bugs here are exactly what you expected. This one thinks you're a pilgrim, this dude's the coolest guy you've ever met, and the shopkeeper here just wants all of your money, so quit window shopping, you a broke bitch. Progression lies to the right, where we hear the adorable singing of your new favorite character. This is Sherma. He's completely oblivious to the world around him and needs to be protected at all costs. Given that Sherma has approximately the same number of brain cells as you do, he's convinced that if he just plays this bell a little harder, these doors will open by themselves. I don't have the heart to tell him he's an idiot, so we're just gonna give him a hand.
Yeah.
Not like that, you idiot! To the left a little, then up, you'll find the skulls can move. Yep, these walking skulls are your primary enemy aside from your own ineptitude, so head up as much as you can until one of the big ones twitches and then heebie-jeebies. Yes, that did just deal 2 masks worth of damage. Yes, that is a regular enemy. This game is fucked. Up here is a speedrun skip that I don't trust a single one of you lot to pull off, so instead we're going right to break down this secret wall. Hopscotch over razor-sharp spikes, and who am I kidding, it probably looked exactly like this. You're garbage. Find a couple of inconspicuous-looking rocks with eye holes. You found rosaries, the primary currency used in Farloom, and if your current skill level is anything to go off, you're going to need a lot of these, so don't say I didn't warn you. Head back to the previous room, kill this goober, drop down, and if you couldn't tell yet, we're screwed! Welcome to your first arena. You're useless, so I may as well break it down for you, despite how simple it all is. 4 separate waves. 1 bonk boy, then 2 bony boys, 2 bonk boys that bonk into each other, and Larry, who doesn't last very long. Head down to the right and find yourself on the other side of the gate that Sherma is still trying to open with the power of a fucking triangle. Open it and let our local idiot continue believing it was his doing.
You're doing great, sweetie.
To the right lies some free rosaries, with some more in the next room, alongside an unassuming bronze dish. Cough up 30 rosaries, and this is where we learn the second truth of Silksong. Farloom is fucking pay to win!
Part 3.
Hi, we've been taking it pretty slow so far, so it's time to kick things up a notch. Head right, ew, lore, and welcome yourself to the Marrow. Here, there's lava, so mind that. Far off to the right is machinery.
What is this?
Is there anything over here? Nope. Backtrack and head up, land on this thing to open up a shortcut, kill Larry V2, left up, right up, tic-tac-toe over breakable magnetic platforms, and then appreciate how the floor moves under the weight of your own feet. Do you mind? Duck into the left room, and here lies our first of many items on the list. Moving further up and ducking into the right passageway, we've got some spiky dudes who take 4 hits each, or not. Hop down these steps to pick up some free rosaries, backtrack and kill the goober who got away, break down the secret wall, take these guys out one at a time, and hey look, more rosaries! No, my rosaries! Lesson learned, these things never stop fucking rolling! Below us lies a caravan, with some odd-looking bugs taking residence there. These are the fleas, and for the uninitiated, these guys are the grubs of Farloom, who in my experience are somehow dumber than you lot. Please don't take that as competition, I see you starting to type something. Stop! Stop it! There's a bench here, so feel free to equip the charm you just collected. Backtrack up and left, and then take the top left passage out. There's more rosaries hiding just below... Fuck's sake. Collect the rosaries, then take the lower path to flick this lever, take the upper path to flick this one, hear some pretty singing, and then get the shit scared out of you by whoever this tall glass of water is. This is Chakra, and she's our cartographer. If you thought Cornifer was cool, she makes him look like a bitch. No offense, but I don't think being round counts as being in shape. Chakra offers us a bunch of goodies, and our goal is to buy everything she has. Yes, even the pins. I'm not kidding. The problem right now is that we need 310 rosaries to get it all, and well, you're broke as fuck. Time for some cash. First things first, head up, go right, and say hi to the goober.
Hi, goober.
To the left lies moss, monsters, and a menagerie of miscellaneous mistakes that you're about to make. Kill everything on the lower path till you spot the big lever. That's where we're going. Kill this goober through the bottom of the platform because there's literally no chance in hell you're pulling off the speedrunning tech without fucking it up somehow. Hop along the platforms, flick the lever, then duck up here for some quick rosaries. Continue up, break down the secret wall, pick up this trinket, mind the spikes, kill everything in your way. Ew, lore. Kill Gary, head up, mind the spikes, more rosaries, and over the platforms until we reach this definitely not ominously whispering statue embedded in the fucking walls. Make the mistake of interacting with it, and then flashbang yourself into oblivion. Congratulations, you just picked up your first spell, and that's one of 6 in our possession. Yes, you heard me. 6. This is the Silk Spear, affectionately known as, and it's our ticket to removing those pesky webs blocking our path. Over here lies a bit more money, and to the bottom right lies the way back. There's a bench in the far right room beside a creepy witch who finally tells us what the berries are for. No, you can't eat them. Down here, and ducking into the hidden passage, reveals yet another Gary with a ball too big for his mouth. Kill Gary, collect the berry, head left, free rosaries, kill anything that breathes. Down through the passage we opened with the lever, head left, then down for even more rosaries, and unlock a... I'm pretending you don't exist. Head along the platforms and take out Gary's 1, 2, and 3 in the next room. We'll be back for number 4 to collect the ball in his mouth. Up here, making sure to avoid, the spikes. Snag the rosaries, break down this secret wall, and inside lies our first spool fragment. And that's one more item ticked off the list. Sit on the button, then head left for a few more rosaries, and along the upper path is how we collect our second bench. It's chakra time. Walk up to her, puff out your chest, and purchase everything she has! Then equip the compass at your earliest convenience. And that's a whole bunch of shit ticked off the list. Time for the goober. Up and right leads us back to where the goof has found himself tied up in the consequences of his own actions. Hit the threads for some free soul and then give your spear a good old This does 2 things. For one, you just freed a giant beast from its confines and now it probably wants to eat you. The second, you can't leave. The Bell Beast fight feels like if you fought Massive Moss Charger on steroids. Everything does 2 damage. They keep disappearing into the fucking floor. These bells don't get knocked back when I smack them. You are going to die here. First up, they have 2 attacks. Under and over, with some gem on the side. Under has the smallest punish window. You can attempt a slick double pogo if you want to eat shit trying to be flashy, or you can just take your fucking time, dumbass. When they go over, however, this is the perfect window to give their booty a good old smack. Would also highly recommend using your damn spells here. They always growl before they leap out of the ground, so you always know when the best window to punish is. 15 needle hits will enter phase 2. It seems you've pissed them off, and now there's bells raining from the fucking ceiling. They're not exactly difficult to dodge if you have any brain cells, but who are we kidding? You're going to eat shit here. They're gonna start popping up in the middle and spitting out bells to boot. Again, highly recommend spells here. Another 15 needle hits, and that's it. The fight's over. We can all go home. A couple things to note if you still suck ass at this. Hitting the ceiling bells before they hit the ground will knock them away, and BB's hitbox is attackable with spells even before they're visible. Use this knowledge however you see fit. With the fight over, a bunch of silk starts gathering in the center of the arena to form a silk orb, and congratulations! That's one more thing ticked off the fucking list.
Part 4. Good morning.
Jesus Christ, this video is long.
This is 9 pages of writing. I could be running Steel Soul right now, but instead I'm stuck here doing this.
Whatever, leaving the arena spawns the goober in, and they start purring. I suppose now is a good time to mention that your needle strikes did absolutely nothing to hurt them, and was confirmed by Team Cherry that it's equivalent to giving the damn thing a bunch of pets, who also turns out to be our primary method of fast travel throughout Farloom. Go figure. To the right lies a strange room with a lever in it. Flick it, and the bell begins to toll. As soon as that's done, a bench pops up out of the ground, a door opens, and with this, we've officially entered the second half of the Marrows. Begin by heading right, kill anything that breathes, and try to remember to use your spells. Okay, I'll give you a C- for that. Continue heading right and fuck the pogo up again, because you still don't know how to work with anything more complex than the 4 cardinal directions. Kill this goober, and then give the wall a good old smack. Mind the explosion, kill the spiky boys in the ceiling, and this definitely isn't a trap. It's perfectly safe. Ooh, hey, look, craft metal. No, you can't eat it. Now, if you were any good at video games, I'd tell you to simply hop your way over here and head up, but you're inept and useless, so at the very least, just try and make it to this point and head to the lower right. In the next room, there's a lever in the ceiling that you should flick, and to the right once more is a bunch of free rosaries. Head all the way down and duck into this secret passage here for even more rosaries, and that's too far. Tucked away in this room lies a bench, the living embodiment of a fucking loot goblin and your first tool. To the top left lies a goober worth killing for his rosaries. Please use your damn spells! And once at the bench, equip the straight pin and test it out. Heading all the way to the bottom and avoiding the spikes this time, pick up some free rosaries and head to the bottom left, unlocking the platform and, hey, wait a minute, I recognize this place. On the way back and heading right this time, we find more floaty goobers and these bozos with tin cans for heads. I'd warn you that they're immune to pogos, but telling you that would be redundant, considering your current ability looks like this. Head all the way right once more, and it's my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the Deep Docks.
Part got 5.
There's a mask shard hiding up in the ceiling here, and to make sure that your goldfish-ass memory doesn't forget it, we're putting a pin in it. Literally. Continuing on and heading up for 2 sets of elevators, cough up another 30 rosaries, and that's our first bench in this new location. All the way to the bottom right lies the sweet serenade of Chakra, who we can purchase the map from for 50 rosaries, along with a unique set of pins to locate the bellways. Unfortunately, we're broke as shit right now, so save at least 40 rosaries to afford the bellway station located in the bottom left. Call upon the goober, and that's like 3 more items ticked off the list. Side note, smacking the bells up top will earn you a very cute sound, and if you wait long enough, you will receive the happy foot tappies for your convenience. Now, if you're not blind, you might have noticed that the walls here appear to be made of paper fucking mache, and if broken, you get your first introduction to pretty waterfalls.
Made of lava.
Surviving the mini gauntlet, however, will provide you with a singular, measly flea.
If so much as a single one of you said a woo out loud, I must inform your friends and family. I'm afraid a terminal parasite has infected your brain. It has lodged itself directly into your cranium and refuses to detach. We will need to perform an immediate and irreversible frontal lobotomy. It will be painful and leave you incapable of speaking or wooing ever again. I'm sorry, level 1.
Heading back to Chakra and then up, kill this guy, flick this lever, and then all the way to the top right lies progress. Kill Tweedledee, Tweedledum, that's you, watch Gerald get the snot kicked out of him by a giant falling rock, and then have a staring contest with whatever the fuck this thing is. 6 hits to take out Larry's cousin, cry because you're too short to collect the rosaries up top, head all the way to the top right and hit the orange blob. Wait, did I leave the stove on? Heading up and right lies Bench, which we're too poor to afford again. Good thing I've been forcing you lot to pick up rosary strings, so crack one of those bad boys, open it, and you're right as rain.
We're not poor anymore.
From this point, I hope whichever brain cell you have left isn't the one pretending to be the DVD logo. We need actual functioning thought here. Heading back up, try not to get the snot kicked out of you, and kill anything that breathes. Try to stay at full HP if you can, but who am I kidding? That's like asking a jellyfish to have a singular functioning thought. At the top lies a gate we can't open.
Bastard.
And to the left lies 2 scrunkly-looking goobers. Yes, those are weapons. Yes, they do have your name on them. Don't think about that part. In order to survive this next part, I've developed this seamless 2-step plan. Step 1, yeet your only weapon directly at their foreheads. And step 2, panic. If you're somehow not as dumb as you look, then perhaps the numbers I'm about to say will be worth something. The big guys take 1 spear and 3 hits to kill, and everything else takes 1 spear and 1 hit. That's it. If you survived all that, congratulations! You're almost not completely useless, and if you instead ate shit and died like I expected you to, then I'm sorry. To the bottom left lies a room you can just fall straight down, which instead means we're going to slowly and painfully meander our way through it, killing all the flying bastards and attempting not to die. Up here and through this secret wall lies yet another rosary string, mind the falling rocks, and while I remember, please for the love of God stop standing in the explosion radius. Thank you. Finally, all the way to the far left lies our second and final ability for today. And that's one more item ticked off the list.
Part 6.
Hi, we finally obtained a dash ability. From this point, moving Hornet around feels incredible. She's zippy, acrobatic, flexible, and capable of pog dancing, which is now your new favorite emote to flex on bosses with. From this point, we're going up left and flicking this lever, because there's another bozo wedged in the ceiling.
You got your paws stuck in the fucking cookie jar again.
Fucking moron.
You know what? No, I'm not even helping you this time. Alright, fine, but only because they're not gonna let me hear the end of it.
If so much as a
Alright, to the bottom left opens the way back, and we've officially come full circle. From here, we're going down, down again, right, right again, flick this lever, head down here, go left, grab this, go down, ignore that, and as soon as the door's closed, you know you fucked up again. Arena 3, baby, and this one comes with shields. Honestly, it's not that hard if you just remember to use your fucking spells on the pricks. And if you'd like for your silk spears to stop feeling like a slap with a wet paper towel, hit multiple enemies with each cast. That's at least 6 nail hits with 1 button press. Do you realize how much health you idiots go through just to hit 1 enemy 6 times? Cause Larry over here tells me it's at least 2 and his cousin fucking agrees. Just jump over him, turn around, then yeet that son of a bitch. Use your fucking spells. Now go upstairs, there's a bench you missed. To the right, tucked away in her workshop, sits the Forge Daughter. Congratulations, you finally figured out what all the craft metal is supposed to be for. No, you can't eat it. You're also broke as shit right now, so good luck affording anything in here. Heading back and opening the gate, scramble your way onto the topmost ledge and then flick this lever. Brace for impact. It's time for your first real boss fight. Lace is you, if you weren't so cripplingly useless and had hips for days. She's faster, healthier, just as talkative, but also has mummy issues, so I guess you're not that different. As usual in games made by Team Cherry, a fight is only as chaotic as its participants. If your gameplay is frantic, haywire, and fucking hopeless, then the fight likely looks like this. We're not gonna do that. The Lace fight has two main components, Lace herself, and your crippling inability to read clearly telegraphed attacks. Since you lot are completely hopeless, I'll just fucking show you. She literally telegraphs every move. All I have to do is jump or take 2 steps to the left. That's it. To make things even simpler for your useless and developmentally stunted brains, she is always forced to wait for a second after every single attack. Just hit her once or twice while we wait. Heck, maybe even throw in a silk spear for good measure. She only takes 10 hits to stagger, and if she chooses to take a quick dip in the lava, that's 8 free hits worth of damage that you don't have to deal. This fight wins itself. Don't overcomplicate it.
You're fucking stupid.
With the fight done and the way opened, all that's left is to head right and flick that final lever. And as the bell tolls, that's one final item ticked off the list.
Alright, that's it. This took fucking forever. Why did I make these videos so long? I'm so fucking stupid. I mean, I get that Silksong's a big game, but this is just fucking ridiculous. What do you mean they want more?
Okay, you know what? I'll make a deal. You idiots show this video to a friend you know sucks at this game, and I'll look into making whatever episode you guys ask for in the comments next. Now piss off!